Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'll be doing my October book haul. I have a combination of comics, manga, and novels here that I want to share with you, and I'll begin with the comics. I picked up issues 3 and 4 in the 10th Doctor series. It's 3 and that's number 4. Same thing for the 11th Doctor series, issue 3 and 4. And then Barnes & Noble had this particular issue for the 12th Doctor, and it is exclusive to the Barnes & Noble stores. And as I saw at the very back, they have a whole slew of different covers depending on where you might purchase the issue. They had GameStop, Forbidden Planet, BBC Shop, all over the place. So this is the one that I got at Barnes & Noble. Now, I haven't begun any of the Doctor Who comics yet. I'm kind of waiting for the story arcs to get a little further in before I begin them. So I don't have to wait for the next issue too long. On to the manga. I came across this at work one day. This is Ajin 1 Demi-Human, and that is the author and artist. I won't slaughter the name, but yeah, this is one I've actually already finished reading for October, and it features this main character here, Key, who comes to discover he's a demi-human, basically human-looking being who cannot die, and has no idea how he ended that way. But I'll talk more about this in my wrap-up. I also came across this one at a used bookstore. This is Tezuka's Ode to Kirihito, and it is massive. I think there's actually a second volume, about a third of this size or so, but it's basically a medical thriller about some life-threatening condition that can transform humans into dog-like beasts. And the artist himself has a degree in medicine, so he'll kind of be bringing that into the storyline. But it sounds really intriguing. His artwork's a little bit different than most manga that you see these days. A couple of examples. That's very clear, but I'm curious to see what it's about, and it's also one of those that's flipped, so it reads left to right like an American style rather than right to left. And yeah, it is just huge. In August, our BookTube Manga Club was reading Monster by Naoki Urasawa, and finally the second edition came out of this, and this is also sort of a medical / serial killer thriller. It features Dr. Tenma, who saves the life of a young boy only to discover that he turns into a serial killer, and now he's on the hunt to try and track down this young man and stop him from his murder spree, and also to clear his own name, because the police actually suspect him of being the serial killer. So it's really, really intense, and the artwork is, again, super cool, a little bit different than like the faces and things that you see in other manga. But I really, really enjoyed the first one, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the second one. And currently the BookTube Manga Club for the month of October was reading Battle Royale. And these are really hard to find. You can't just find issues or individual issues in stores. I went online and tracked them down through the Amazon Marketplace. And I was able to find what they call the Ultimate Editions, which combine like 3 volumes in each edition. And they're in hardcover format, so they're rather nice. And these came in excellent condition. They're through Tokyo Pop. This is Ultimate Edition Volume 1. And they're quite large. And again, they have 3 volumes in each. And that's Volume 2. And Volume 3. And look, you know, they're going to look pretty cool if I could get a shelf big enough to contain them, because they are quite tall as well. And I've already read the first volume, and I'll talk more about that in the October wrap-up. Moving on to the novels, I came across this one in the used shop. I hadn't really heard of this particular one, but it is by Susan Hill, whom I absolutely love. And this is The Man in the Picture, a ghost story. And again, this is a really tiny little book, as you can see, you know, hand-wise. And this one is just described as, in the apartment of Oliver's old professor at Cambridge, there's a painting on the wall, a mysterious depiction of masked revelers at the Venice Carnival. And on this cold winter's night, the old professor has decided to reveal the painting's eerie secret. The dark art of the Venetian scene, instead of imitating life, has the power to entrap it. To stare into the painting is to play dangerously with the unseen demons it hides and become the victim of its macabre beauty. So, sounds super cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of The Picture of Dorian Gray, but in a different way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that one out. I also picked up this is Unsold, Book 3 in the Unwind series by Neil Shusterman. There's another one that has just been released called, I had a picture of it at the back here. Oops. It's Undivided. But that's still in hardcover only. And I'll be waiting because I have all these like in paperback, so I'll probably be holding off on reading this one. I've been waiting for this paperback for a while, but I'd like to read the last two kind of close together. But it's a super cool series. I really enjoyed the first two immensely. I definitely recommend this. I also want to give away on Ryan's channel over at Ryan Reads Books, and I was able to pick out 2 books, and I decided to go with the Penguin English Library Classics editions because I've been slowly collecting them, and I had a couple on my wish list that I decided to go with. One of those was The Island of Dr. Moreau. Can never see the maze. There you go. Super thin little book, too. And then I also got The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. And I've never actually read these stories, but I'm looking forward to them. And also, Ryan threw in an extra book because he heard it was my birthday, and this is one that he's been raving about. It's the beginning of a series. It's by Natalie Whipple, and it's called Relax, I'm a Ninja. And this is a self-published book, and he says it's awesome. He says, there's a difference between darkness and evil. A clan of ninjas in San Francisco may sound improbable, but as the son of a ninja master, Tosh Ito knows what lurks in the shadows of the city, or at least he thought he did. When a killer with a poisoned blade starts cutting down teens, Tosh enlists Amy Sato, newest ninja recruit, and his best friend's crush, and sets out to uncover the killer's identity. What they find is ninjutsu more evil than they could have ever imagined. As Amy and Tosh grow closer, they discover their connection unleashes a legendary power that could stop the murders. Problem is that the power may be exactly what the killer is looking for, and wielding it could cost them their souls. This sounds really cool. Ryan and I tend to have the same interest and likes in books, so definitely looking forward to checking that one out since he's raving about it. And finally, the last book I picked up was kind of because of the James Dawson book, Say Her Name, that I read in October, which deals with the urban legend of Bloody Mary. And this is sort of another book on that same urban legend, and it's called Mary the Summoning. And this is by Hilary Monahan. And I saw this on someone's channel. I don't really recall who, I'm afraid, but I know I had to check it out. And under the dust jacket, it's kind of nice because it has sort of the same design there. So at least when you take off the dust jacket to read, you know, you don't have a naked book. But I'm really looking forward to reading that because I just got such a kick out of Say Her Name that, yeah, I want to find a little bit more about Mary and see how this person deals with that legend. So that is my October book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know if you've read any of these, but what you thought about it, but no spoilers. And I'll see you in my next video, which will probably be my October wrap-up. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.